Making and writing Black Canada can only be productive if undertaken with an understanding of the histories and struggles that shape the present. Black Like Who contextualizes those histories as well as the current moment of anti-Black racism in Canada and specifically in Toronto. The essays make visible the still ongoing practices of Black diasporic cultural producers who push against the containment of Black people. This anniversary edition comes at a moment in Canada's present in which Black people continue to experience anti-Black racism and put their bodies on the line to protest acts of aggression and exclusion in the political, social, economic, and cultural spheres. The current moment is also sculpted by an ongoing contraction of signifiers of Blackness and physical spaces of belonging within the physical and cultural fabric of Toronto and Canada. The essays in Black Like Who are as pertinent in this moment as they were almost a quarter century ago. They draw our attention to the histories of Black cultural production that have been disappeared from the written and archived histories of Canadian art and culture. Walcott's theorization and critique are foundational to contemporary discussions and activism vis-à-vis anti-Black racism and both the material and symbolic place of Blackness within the Canadian imaginary, and thus need to be inserted in histories that actively neglect them. As well, Black Like Who continues to function as a call for writing that critiques the singularity of Blackness that persists both in society in general and specifically within academia and the arts. The Black critic in Canada, Walcott proposes, is one who takes on the difficult role of writing criticism in a cultural economy where the presentation of Blackness in mainstream institutions is sparse, and the propensity in both mainstream and alternative venues is to respond to these expressions simply in laudatory tones. In Black Like Who, Walcott takes the risk of writing Black criticism. Indeed, his work demands that we, as consumers and producers of culture, comprehend the hard work that Black cultural forms do and ask difficult questions of works and their makers. It is through critique and feedback that new and expanded paths are forged and investigated. Black Canadian expressive culture, and specifically the visual arts, continues to occupy the margins of the Canadian imaginary, a position that seemed unthinkable when Black Like Who was first printed in 1997. The mid-1990s, or the diversity years, in Canada can be characterized as a period of possibility for Black cultural producers. The quincentenary of Columbus's arrival to the Americas, 1992, marked the beginning of an explosion of Black artworks in public galleries and university art galleries such as the Power Plant Contemporary Art Gallery, Walter Phillips Gallery, Art Gallery of York University, and the Macdonald Stewart Art Centre, the Art Gallery of Ontario, Thames Art Gallery, Peel Art Gallery, the Robert McLaughlin Art Gallery, and Mount St. Vincent University. Footnotes 1-7. At the same time, a Black Canadian diasporic aesthetic was being developed in the media of film and video, and in 1995, Clement Virgo's Rude, 1995, and Stephen Williams' Soul Survivor debuted at Cannes. The optimism of the period, both in terms of the production of artworks and critical engagement with the works, was in part sustained by the development of a thriving Black writing community that produced critical cultural criticism and, to a smaller extent, art writing. Black and feminist publications such as Tiger Lily, Journal by Women of Color, Diaspora, Our Lives, and Fireweed, as well as the publishing houses Sister Vision Press and Williams Wallace, provided access to publishing opportunities for racialized voices. These were indeed the years of possibilities in terms of funding, production, and presentation. Black artists were engaged